I'm Dwayne Lester, and this is The Paradigm Shift. Today I want to talk about looters. These vile opportunists wait for the right time to make their move, looking for an open wound, a festering sore of some sort that can be exploited. And then when the time is right, that's when they strike. They come in a mob. It's never one person looting. It's always gangs of violent thieves. They take whatever they want and they leave a trail of destruction in their wake. They use all sorts of excuses to justify their behavior, but in the end, it's really very simple. They use force and they take whatever they want. Now here's the paradigm shift. I'm not talking about Ferguson. I'm talking about Jefferson City, Washington, D.C., and every state capital in the entire Union. I'm talking about politicians who have long ago forgotten that we all have a natural right to personal property, yes, even the rich. These are the proponents of wealth redistribution. Sure, they aren't throwing bricks through windows and running off with flat-screen TVs. What they're doing is far worse. These looters use force to take the property of those they deem that can't afford it and give it to someone else because they think they need it. And they do it again with the threat of force. See, in their minds, one person's need creates an obligation for another person, an obligation they must be forced to meet. Worse than the mobs in Ferguson, these looters aren't limited to a neighborhood or even a city. They do it across the entire state and across the entire country. And the most vile part about it are the con men they send out before the cameras to tell the people they are defrauding that it's moral, it's good, it's compassionate, it's conservative. How can it be moral to force someone to give up their own property? How can violating a person's rights be good? How can anything be compassionate if it's not from the heart, but at the point of a gun? And how can it be conservative when conservatives value a limited government, not one that loots the people for a charade? Conservatives understand that for a government to give you anything, they must first take it from someone else. They understand that the government isn't the solution, it's the problem. These self-righteous, smiling thieves don't ask for your money. They don't say, hey, can Joe borrow $10 for a while? He kind of needs it. No, they do it by pointing the government at their target and saying, give us what we want or you go to jail. And they want you to feel good about it. Now, they know not everyone shares their belief that looting is justifiable, so occasionally these charlatans will trot out a prop, maybe it's a single mother or a group of veterans, in order to grab you by your heartstrings and convince you that what they're asking is just. It's an appeal to your emotions designed to engage your heart and disengage your brain. Oh, it's for the greater good, they want you to think. The greater good is to preserve the belief that rights take precedent above needs, and that one man's need does not create an obligation on another that the government must compel him to meet. The idea that no man lives for the sake of another unless he chooses a life of service. The greatest good is to create a world where force is only used to protect rights. Now, you may hear this line of thinking flippantly dismissed as old-fashioned or radical, but understand this. The people who say that are also flippantly dismissing the idea that you have a right to personal property. They are saying that they can at any time write a law that takes what you have and gives it to someone else for no other reason than because they think that person's need outweighs your rights. These progressive charlatans who preach the gospel of legalized plunder are worse than the looters who burned Delwood and Ferguson. Those folks only burn businesses. These economic snake oil salesmen are slowly burning the last best hope on earth, and they not only want your blessing, they want you to feel good about it. That's the paradigm shift. I'm Dwayne Lester. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of them in the future, please consider making a donation to the Missouri Torch here. And please subscribe to our new YouTube channel and visit us at themissouritorch.com.